everybody, it's Holly and welcome back to my channel, Smile by Holly. It's great to have you here. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch this fun tutorial. So today we are continuing on with our series Christmas in July, and we are going to be making the cutest little mini album with this beautiful paper that I picked up. It's by Echo Park. It's called My Favorite Christmas and the designer is Lori Whitlock. This paper is just so fun. It has so many really neat cutouts and the stickers are just over the top cute. I can't wait to craft with it. So let me just show you a quick preview of what we will be making today. Okay, so what you'll want to do is get some cardstock that is your base color. I'm just going to be using white. And what I like to do is for the outside of my cover, I like to use 110-pound cardstock, and then the rest of the pages just a regular 65-pound cardstock. Now, if you don't have 110, I've made this album with all of 65-pound weight cardstock and it works out fine. But I just like to have my base be a little bit thicker because you're adding, you know, so many things onto your book that you want to make sure your base is sturdy. So if you do have it, that's just kind of a recommendation. I have cut all of my papers just to save time, but I will go through all the measurements right now and as we're making the album. So the first one you want to cut is 9 by 6, okay? The second piece is just slightly smaller. It is 8 3/4 by 6. And then you'll want two pieces that are 8 1/4 by 6, and that's two of them, okay? Then you're going to want 4 pieces of cardstock that are 12 by 4, and that's 4 of them. So let's go ahead and I'll bring all my pieces in and let's score our album. So I'll bring my scoreboard in and let's start with the first piece, which is the base. This is the 9 by 6. And we want to score our first piece at 4 and 5. This is going to give us a really nice 1-inch spine. Okay, 4 and 5. Bring in your second piece. This was the piece that was 8 3/4 by 6. And we are going to want to score this at 4 and 4 3/4. So just slightly smaller, okay? Now we're going to bring in our two other pieces. These are the pieces that are 8 1/4 by 6. And we want to score these at 4 and 4 1/4. Just a very, very small 1/4 of an inch spine. So bring in that second piece and we're going to score it at 4 and 4 1/4. Okay, now we have 4 pieces that are the 12 by 4. The first two pieces, you can either just score them at 6, which is exactly in half, or just fold them in half. Either way works. Move my scoreboard out of the way. The second two pieces that are 12 by 4, I'm just going to make a mark at 6 inches. Let's see, I make a mark right in the middle at 6 and 6. This is just so that we can fold it in thirds. So I'm just going to fold that over to the mark and then fold this side over to the mark. This is going to make just a really cute flip out page. Okay, I'm going to get my bone folder really quick. Okay, and then that last piece that is 12 by 4 that we made the 6-inch mark, just going to fold it up to that mark. And then fold this one up to the mark. Okay, believe it or not, everything is already cut and scored. We're ready to fold it and then put it together. So let me bring in all of my pieces. And let's start with our first piece, the one that was 9 by 6. I'm just going to fold and burnish it really good. And let me just show you, see how that makes just the perfect little 1-inch spine. Okay, we'll bring in our second piece and get that folded. So how are you guys doing today? Are you having a great day? You know, I have to tell you that I really think that mini albums are one of my most favorite things to make. They're so fun and they can turn out just so over the top and completely different each time, you know, depending on how you choose to embellish it. I just really enjoy these. So there's our 2 pieces that are actually 110-pound cardstock, which is going to make for a nice sturdy base. Now our other 2 pieces, this is just the 65-pound weight cardstock. It has that really tiny 1/4 of an inch spine, and that's where I think by using the 65-pound weight cardstock makes it just a little bit easier, because sometimes to fold that 1/4 of an inch spine is a little bit tricky. Okay, and there's just that little tiny piece right there. Okay, let's do the other one. That folded. I turned off my air conditioner because I was afraid that it might make background noise while filming this video. And I think it's about 93 degrees, so it's really hot in here. But I didn't want the humming of the air conditioner on the video, so I'm sacrificing right now. Okay, so we've got those, and once again, we've got our 2 pieces that are just folded in the 3 little sections, and then we'll just fold these last 2 just in half. Okay, so we are ready to assemble our book. So take the biggest piece and let's open it up. And we're just going to add glue right here on the back side flap. These are some really cool glue bottles that I got off Amazon. I think I got, I think maybe 15 or 16 came with this package, but they all have this really teeny tiny thin point, and then I just poured my glue into here. And I'm really liking this super, super fine tip. I tend to buy my glue in bulk, so rather than using it in a very big jar, these little fine tip glue bottles are working out really well. Now when you're making your mini album, you can use wet glue or adhesive. I like to use wet glue on mini albums just because it gives you a little bit of playtime. Does that make sense? So that you can kind of wiggle it around to make sure you get it on there even. Even like right now, I may lift that up just a little bit and get it on there just ever so perfect. Okay, that's better. And once again, that's the nice thing about using glue on your mini album. Okay, so then that folds over and that folds over. Okay, now let's add our 2 little side pages. Now this is where some of the fun creativity can come into play. We're going to add these right on the end, and you can make it so they flip out. You can make them both facing the same direction, so they both flip this way. Whatever you'd like. Now, another thing with this mini album is I have decided where most of your mini albums would open up like this, I'm actually going to be turning my album and using it this way. So, what I think I am going to do is I'm going to have both my pieces, because the album will be oriented this way, I'm going to have both my pieces facing the same way and then flipping up. So, and you'll kind of see as we put this together kind of what I mean. It's kind of a different orientation of doing your book longwise, but I think it's going to turn out adorable. Now, one of the reasons I chose to do my album this way is a lot of the 4x6 embellishments were actually oriented this way. And so I thought, hey, it's just perfect. I just need to cut them down a little bit to fit. I mean, this is actually a 4x6 square, so it's actually going to be perfect. Cut them down a little bit to leave a little border, and I won't have to do much as far as the embellishments. As far as getting them to fit on there is what I'm saying. Okay, let's get this even here. Okay, so that's going to open up like this. And then so this one, I want it to open up in the same direction, so open up like this. I'm having so much fun doing Christmas in July. It's been just kind of a breath of fresh air after so many, you know, spring and summer crafts to bring out the Christmas. Okay, let me make sure that's on there good. Okay, so what this will do is, here's our little mini album. These two will flip up, and as we flip them up, this is where these fun little flip out pages come into play. And I am just going to glue this directly onto the bottom, so as you flip this up, then you'll flip those out. Isn't that fun? It's just a fun little interactive piece to this album. And I sometimes think the more interactive, the better. It's just fun. Okay, so once again, we're going to lay this one just up on top. And then that flips open, and then that pulls down. I'm going to do the same right up here on the top one. Add some glue here. And then this is our second one, okay? Just going to add this right here. You know, another fun thing with mini albums is there's no right or wrong way. And sometimes, even as I'm making albums, I'm like, oh, I could do that, or I could do this. Or you kind of start seeing ideas as you put the album together. And now for the middle, so we've got our two lift up flaps. And then for the middle is where I'm going to use our two 12x4 pieces that we just folded in half. And this is going to be a double flip out. So let's get glue down on the bottom, and I will show you what I mean. Okay, so this first page, just lay that on top. And then I'm going to take my second 12x4 paper that's in half and lay that on top. So it'll be an open and a close. So open and then open to kind of a three-part little section. Just going to set that right on top. Oh, that's perfect. Okay, so let me kind of show you how this book is coming along. So, like I said, if you want, you can orient your book this way, but for this album, I am doing it this way. So it'll open up, okay, And then you've got this that opens up to kind of a 3-section part. This one flips up and open. The middle part flips out and out. And then the bottom part also flips up and open. And then to close it, that folds up and then that folds over. And look what a fun little mini album that is. So just to save some time, I am going to put the video on fast forward and decorate it. So look at how adorable that turned out. Doesn't that red and black buffalo plaid look so cute? Now a couple of the measurements that I just wanted to go over with you. A lot of the embellishments are the 4x6 embellishments that actually came with the paper pack. But I did also use the 4x3 embellishments. Some of the 4x3 embellishments, and then some of the 4x4 embellishments. So just kind of took advantage of, you know, the different sizes in this album. So let's go ahead and take a look. So we've got that front cover. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. It opens up to the cute brown that kind of coordinates. And then that opens up to our cute little 3-part series. This first part is the brown. Look how cute that is with those Santas. And then that opens up. I used 2 of the embellishments here, a couple stickers. This would be so ideal for a fun photo, and then some journaling, and then that flips over. You could also put some fun stickers here. I think I'm going to leave it blank so that I can add a little bit of journaling here. Then you've got your middle section, Merry Christmas to You, that flips open with a cute little journaling spot, and then open again. And I love how all the green plaid kind of coordinates. I think it gives it kind of a flowy feel. Then that closes. And then for our bottom, this cute little Christmas delivery truck that opens up. Once again, it kind of all coordinates each section. And then that flips open. Darling for a photo, you know, you could also put journaling right here. Just so many different options. And that folds over, and then that folds over. Just adorable. I think this turned out so fun. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope maybe I've given you some ideas that you can do to make yourself a fun little mini Christmas album. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye, everybody.